As for the term ihsan, we say it is the highest level of faith that a person can achieve. And it is a combination of you doing all the different aspects of Islam with sincerity and following the teachings of the Prophet ﷺ in doing so, and having faith in your heart as well. And ihsan here was described by the Prophet ﷺ as worshipping Allah as if you see Him, even though you do not see Him. So that is like always knowing that Allah is watching you and feeling that in your heart, so that even when you are in seclusion, when you are alone, you do not sin, or you refrain from sinning because you know Allah is there. You know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching you, listening to you, knows what is stirring in your heart, what thoughts are going through your brain or your head. And for that, the person that when he reaches this level of faith, we say it's the level of ihsan, he is completely submissive to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in everything, whether he is in front of the people or he is in seclusion alone. He is always in that state of faith. An example of this is in the Sahaba. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, and this is a perfect example. Whenever he would leave to go to, do his thing, like go to the bathroom and so on, and he would walk out further into the desert or somewhere where he is concealing himself, he would cover his face with his clothing out of shyness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because he knows that Allah sees him. So even when he was doing this in seclusion alone, he was still shy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, imagine. And that is a level of ihsan. Now, as for Iman and Islam, we say they all levels. So the first level is Islam, then the second level is Iman, and the third level is Ihsan, or the highest level is Ihsan. And this was mentioned in the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, where he said that a Muslim is someone that you are protected from the harm of his hand and his tongue. And a mu'min is somebody you trust with your money and children. So here in this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ is differentiating between a Muslim and a mu'min. So the minimum a Muslim can be is that he keeps his harm away from people. He may be a hypocrite. We don't know that if he has true Iman in his heart or not. And it's not for us to judge. But that is the minimum a Muslim should be, that he keeps his harm away from the people. While a mu'min is a higher level. He's not only a Muslim, but he is a believer, a mu'min that you can trust with your money, trust with your children. And then ihsan is a combination of everything. Ihsan is somebody who is good, applying his deen, his faith, not only in front of people, and not only outwardly, but in his heart, and in seclusion when he is alone, away from the eyes of the people. And that is the highest level. Now we say that every mu'min is a Muslim, but not necessarily a muhsin. But every muhsin is a Muslim and a mu'min. And not every Muslim is a mu'min and a muhsin, because he may be a hypocrite. However, we do not judge people by their hearts and what's in their hearts. That is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For us, a Muslim is a Muslim, period. And whenever these terminologies come together in one context or one sentence or phrase, so if the Prophet ﷺ mentions Iman and Ihsan in the same hadith, then here we differentiate in the meanings. We are referring to Iman as in the articles of faith and Islam as in the pillars of Islam. While if they are mentioned separately, so whenever the word mu'min is mentioned in an ayah or a hadith, or the word Muslim is mentioned alone, then they are synonyms of each other. They mean the exact same thing.